Hello, this is my pre-mortem video on my Lancer project that I've made. So to start off with, we start off in the lobby that I created because in my initial pixel map when I started with my level, I just wanted to show off how I was going to plan it, and I wanted a full quest system. So I'd have 4 different quests going on. We have the first quest here, which I'll go to, and as you can see, once you interact with the little NPC here, it will start talking to you with a text box with an image and also a colour that fits with it too. And if you try and go to the door right now, it won't open because I made the bot itself its own kind of switch. So when they finish, it's delayed until this finish and then it will open. But as you can see as well, if we try and go and talk to any of the rest of them, none of them will interrupt or talk in the conversation because they are locked to the quest. So that little blue thing you saw then, which is an objective go to, that is when it will activate. Otherwise, it will not talk. And as you can see, the door just opened. So our next quest is to go pick up the gun. Now this is the ice beam gun. This is the first gun I thought of. As you can see, it's like a little blue projectile and the enemies. Yeah, the enemies here are a little too eager, so I made a little key here, so you'll have to open, otherwise the enemies will just straight up rush through the door and be very surprised. So this was my little mitigation. But as you can see, the first one, we had little enemy quest, you were meant to defeat the enemies, and here we have a little ability. Now I understand, at least for me, I'm not great with keyboard, but when you press 7, you're limited to grenades. This one you get 6, but normally when you do a pickup from now on, it'll be about 3. But there's still some left, and they do kind of not attack the player, but it's not too much of a big issue. I do think I should put in as an ammo pack here, but normally you can get the job done. And also there's a door locked here, but we'll come back to that later, and we'll kill those enemies then. So the next quest we have is to get the key. And the key activates the door over here. So if we went to the door normally, it wouldn't work. But now that we have the key, it does. And also this key will also activate the key right over here, and it will open. As you just saw, there was the report back. I did want to add a little text here, but I did feel like the gameplay time would have dragged out a bit more, so I decided to keep it like that. And again, we have another little talk here. And this is our second quest. As you can tell, the first one was very simple. I just wanted to introduce the player, and we have the ice beam gun, which is a short projectile. You usually get a lot of bullets with it, and it's very easy to use, but also does a lot of power at the same time. But yeah, as you can see, we're just waiting for this one to finish, and we'll get to the second area, which is a little more challenging than the first one. But yeah, as you can see, until we got to that quest point, we couldn't talk, but now that we've got to it, we can talk to it now, which I'm very happy with because I feel like before you could talk, and since it all switches, it would automatically open, exactly like this one as well. So as you can see, this is towards the end where you come back, and there's also a little checkpoint here, so you get your second gun, and it does reload the ammo, which I believe I know why, but it's not too much of a big issue because ammo is quite scarce. But let's say we die here, then the checkpoint would take us right back here. Now, the laser gun is a long distance gun, but I realised it was a bit too long distance. You'll see what I mean now. If we go through this area, we activate the switch, we have some spinning blades, which you have to try and avoid. As you can see, they do about 20 damage to the player. If I lean down here, and I'll use the ice beam gun because I find that one a bit more effective, but we have some ammo here we can pick up. Oh, almost got me. And we have another little ability. So if I press B here, it shoots out a little beam. If I do it a little closer, you can see it there. But as you can see, the projectile and the laser beam, if we hold it in, then it will shoot a little laser out, as you can see. But if it's too close, then it will just look like this, which it did. But I mean, it still looks cool in a way with the effect. And here we can heal. And if we just activate all the switches around here, then we can go open the door, and then we're faced with the same challenge again. So let's just sneakily get past all of these. And again, I put him as a checkpoint there because I found that I was dying too much around here. So you wouldn't have to go all the way back around because health is scarce and you only get it once. We have a little enemy right here, and we'll use the health. We got another grenade. Again, this one's limited to 3 uses. So 1, 2, 3. Again, I pressed it, but nothing happens. And we'll have a little enemy here. You get a bit more ammo too. And here we have the end door key too. We don't use this yet, but it will be useful later. So if I press the switch, we come back and we report back, and we come to quest number 3. So this is the third bot. I tried to give them a bit of different personalities. This one's a bit snappier and has a bit of a sassy personality. This one's a bit stubborn. And the first one's like a gentle, warm welcome. Now this one is going to come back to the first area straight after this. Again, this follows the same procedure as the other ones. This one, again, we can talk to it till we got to the quest, so I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And if you use the scroll wheel, you have your 2 guns here too. But yeah, this one does a little less damage because it's a charge gun. And the charge gun, when you hold down, it will shoot out more and do a little more damage. But if you have just one, then it won't do that much damage. We'll try use it now, and I'll try and showcase. Let's see. We have an enemy right here. Yeah, as you can see, it does kill. And then this is the maze part I made because I thought it would be cool to have a maze. Oh, everything's exploding at me, and we have our first key. And as you can see, it is a bit mental because I put a lot of enemies here. Oh, we have an enemy stuck. I'm not quite sure why this happened, but yeah. So this key is special, and we will come back to it. We just gotta hop over this guy. It's not too big of a deal. Sometimes the enemies get stuck, but you can jump over them or avoid them, but it's not the end of the world. We have a second key over here, and then we can get health if you need it. There's also some abilities lying around, so we have a little defeat enemy quest. And then we have a 2 objective. So basically, all you got to do is pick up the mystery item and the key to get to door 3. Because I didn't want the players getting to door 3 straight away. So I put it behind the second room so you would go in order. As you can see, we have a little beam here. We'll take that one with us. There was, I think, ammo here. And we'll head back. The maze isn't too confusing. Again, it's stuck. And then we go here and we just defeat the enemies. Sometimes I'll die here because the turret gets me. Let's see. This time we didn't. Yeah, the turrets can be difficult, and they didn't have an animation, so they kind of just explode when they die, which is fitting. And then we have the special key. Now this is for the 3rd key for the last door to fight the final boss. And as you can see, so far we kind of got good ammo on both guns. And again, I do notice that when we use the ammo, it's kind of all combined into one, which isn't what I wanted, but I mean, it's fine. I guess it's scarce as the ammo, and if you use, here we go, we're dealing with these enemies now, so if it's scarce, then it provides a bit more of a challenge. As you can see, since we had the key from the last one, we can go into this one. And here we have the grenade launcher. And here's a special little room. We have these test tubes, and it's all a little story setting. So it's the storage room, we have this maze, and we have this outdoor one as well. Now we can go back through and we can talk to the final bot here. And this one I made a bit different because this is a leader. So these are all worker bots, and this is a leader who's making a revolution against the syndicate, who are technically bad people and are scrapping all the robots. And I was trying to portray that, but it is quite difficult. But I tried to do it through how they react to you. And I do notice that it is quite bright, so it does look like the bot is white, but it's just a very bright pink. But it does match with the little colours. I made these little portraits on PowerPoint, and I did it for all of them. I even have one for Lancer, which you see in the trailer and such. But as we get on, we will see. But also, you'll notice with my text box are all wrapped. They also have a fire type event which is made for them, so it comes out not just all at once, big text, but in its own time. Try to make it as fast as possible, but it does take up some time too. So wait for this to finish. Now this one, like the other ones, doesn't open the doors. We're just waiting for the text to finish. You could straight through. I haven't put a mitigation for that, but I feel like people might not notice that and just be into the story because this is very narrative based. So if we just go through now, we have the boss here, and we just defeat enemies. We have a little special ability, press Q and you get a super dash. I'm doing this on my laptop right now, so the quality isn't the greatest, but it does show what it needs to show. But as you can see, we have the turret, we have defeated everything, and we have finally finished the quest system. I have added additional things if needed, like we've been left with 19 ammo, so as you can see the boss, I did put it up a bit in the health to around 700 because it died too quickly, but apart from that we have our little super dash.